Bedney, you sly dog, you. Welcome to the 9th episode of WandaVision in review, and this has been the series finale. Jesus, what a easy name for the final episode. We're gonna welcome the first guy above me, Deej. What's up, man?
Hey, what's good, family? It's Deej here. How you guys doing?
And then, of course, we've got tech support, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing?
So how are you guys feeling about this final episode, man? Start with Deej. How'd you feel about it so far?
Yeah, I was disappointed. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I expected it to go a certain way. It didn't quite turn out what I was expecting. You know, it was very different than how I thought it'd end.
Yeah. Nate.
But at the same time, it was awesome to see.
Oh yeah. Tech, how you feeling about it?
Yeah, I would agree. Honestly, I felt like it didn't feel like the last episode. I felt like there was going to be more after this.
Yeah, I think it definitely left a lot to be wanted. I think this episode was. I think it was a good episode overall. I think it was a very Disney episode, but you know, I mean, oftentimes I forget that Marvel is like a Disney property, but there's certain things like this episode that remind me that it is. I still think there were good things to take away from this episode, and we're about to freaking get into it. So yeah, let's get started.
Right, I love the intro.
Man, always picks up right where it left off on the last episode.
Dang, man, bullying children.
Oof.
Go to your room. No way.
That's not very nice.
You see how she got up though? She
Right.
plays a villain so well, man. I love it.
Yeah, she is very good.
Yeah, I love Catherine Hahn, man.
Straight up Wizard of Oz vibes.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
definitely a Wizard of Oz reference.
Hey, it's Elmer's glue vision.
Man, don't disrespect Icy. He's Icy Vision, man. He looks cold. No, I really like the color on him though. It just looks so bright. Like holy hell.
I noticed that his brow is a little bit more defined,
Yeah.
giving him more of an angry look.
Oof.
He's about to pop that gusher, bro.
I'm telling you, yeah, this was a good part. But it just goes to show how freaking stupid Wanda is at this point, man.
Dude, he looks like the Ice King. That's what it reminds me of, kind of. Game of
Ice
Thrones.
King? Oh, sure. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Night King. The
Yeah.
Night King,
Night
yeah.
King.
Not Ice King, not Adventure Time.
I'm like,
Yeah, my bad.
it's like, are you?
Are you watching the same show? Oh my goodness, man. I love it.
That's hilarious.
Ain't no
Yeah, I
spoilers
like that
work
part too.
that.
The way I thought of it is like, bro, he hits you with a bunch of punches in that one pink. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The speedster logic though, man. Speedster logic.
They're just like in each other right now.
Yeah. His character development has been nice.
Jimmy Woo? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like seeing, especially he's such like a side character.
Yeah, I love seeing him throughout the show.
Hold up, he's gonna say it. And that was when I knew he was the lamest character in this entire show, bro. You need a little bit of vision.
That dude is weird, bro.
Every time, bro.
This part's funny because she gets shot. Don't shoot. I'm just a messenger.
Did you know there's an entire chapter devoted to you in the dark hole?
That's interesting.
That's the book of the damned.
Yeah.
Not only is this like confirmation that the dark hole, it's been the dark hole the entire time, but it's also like that everything that happened in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does not matter, bro.
Yeah.
Officially.
I just see that as its own little universe.
Yeah, I know, but like this is like before they just didn't say anything. They were just like, but like by showing the Darkhold and it looks completely different than when it popped up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, dang. Could have changed
Bro,
due to
when she
magic.
pulled the Darkhold out though, and I saw the inside, I was just like, whoever wrote that has terrible handwriting.
This part was sad, man.
Really anything. If you could just let her out of her room. If I could just hold her. Please. What are you doing to her? You're making her say this. She's your meat puppet. I just cut her strings.
Meat puppet.
And she's like,
I
everybody.
thought she was gonna get jumped. But like I thought they were all gonna rush in and just attack her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Herb.
Yeah, I'm kind of underwhelmed by some of their reactions. No cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, a normal person would be throwing them hands.
Yeah.
Bro, like not having a
Or,
Doctor
like-
Who conversation with you.
Or like freaking out or whatever. Like they were like less concerned than when Vision woke up his coworker. His coworker was like freaking out.
Yeah,
But
he was there.
everyone
He was
like-
there. He got awoken. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like he would have been like, dude, what the frick? Where's my sister? Like, you know. So,
Yeah, I just chalked it up as like fear.
yeah,
Like they're afraid to like really go off because they know that she can straight up
explode
turn
them.
into like a toy or something.
Ralph Boner?
Ralph revealed.
It's Ralph.
I was like, what?
This hurt my heart.
Yeah. Well, boom. And her powers still weren't fully explained. Like, man, how did she just do that?
So remember in the last episode, she can see energy
Mm-hmm.
when her eyes turns
Okay.
different color. But she could see the energy within the necklace as the spell that was used to control him.
Yeah.
So she snatched it off.
We're all going to be fine.
You let us sleep. We have your nightmares.
No, that's not true. In here.
Bro, the fact that she tries to justify it all
You feel
really like annoys me.
feel your pain.
That's what grief does, though, man. Man, I got a lot of freaking questions. I really love this this scene though. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I wanted to see all throughout the episode. There's no cap. It's just like her just being pushed, you know, and like, yo, I can't handle this, you know.
Mm-hmm. That dude looks like Ross. Yeah, this part looks like it takes a lot out of her to do.
Yeah. A lot of Easter eggs in that.
This
They had a
scene
Blade
looks
Runner
so
reference in
cool.
there.
Superman landing. No.
Oh, bro. I wish I had the video showing for that.
This part made me sad. I was like, yeah, I kind of knew her kids weren't real.
I mean,
But-
they're real. They just can only exist in
Did it pause for anybody else?
yeah, it's paused. And so is Nathan. That was scary.
Oh, shoot.
We good?
Just a little bit of technical difficulties on our side, guys. Yeah, no. Definitely watch this on your own on Disney Plus. Subscribe to Disney Plus, all that good stuff. You know, we're cutting out pieces and parts. This is not the way to watch this show, man. Yeah, let's pick it back up. Did she say another incantation?
Yeah.
I'm always curious to that. I'm so interested in like how like
The
magic works in the MCU.
It seems like there's different ways. That
Yeah, and so like, because Doctor Strange, everybody was so upset because he wasn't using the incantations like he does in the comics,
Yeah.
and everybody wanted, you know, Benedict. They wanted to hear Benedict Cumberbatch say these incantations, but like now to find out that Agatha is saying incantations, it's like, okay, now so there's the Doctor Strange version where they're tutting and stuff, you know, doing jutsu.
Doing
And
the
then,
hand
Goodness,
And then-
that's the best thing I've heard. I've never heard that comparison, but man, I'm gonna hear it now every time.
That's literally
Yeah.
he
Just getting it out
studied
there.
Tutton for real for the role.
I love this Vision fight, man, because like the CGI and stuff like that. I'm like them phasing through each other and stuff. That is so good.
Yeah,
They
it's
do
really
a
good.
Great job.
They did a very good job on the CGI, especially for it being a television show, man. I heard a lot of people like ripping apart the CGI, bro. It's not bad at all. Well, go and watch The Flash, bro. I dare you. Come back here and talk to me about that. Like,
I'm a fan, and I
and
know.
and that's not even like to like play them at all, because we know the budget's like a lot lower, but it's just to say like this CGI is great.
Bad scene, I think, with the CG is when Wanda got hit the first time by Agatha.
Oh
And you see
yeah.
her body ragged all across the ground. I was like, ooh, that was like Harry Potter 1.
This part is dope. I love that part.
Yeah.
I know.
I wanted the kid to push the door closed when he got out. Like, nah, stay in.
Nah, yeah.
Oh, and I like to think that she had no idea she could actually stop these bullets.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like she was just trying to do the
right
thing.
here. I was sold when she did this and she jumped in front of the bullets, and I'm like, oh shoot! Like she didn't even know she would live that, and she like went in front of the
Like that was amazing.
The one thing that I wish they would have had her doing the acting though is at least be a little surprised by her own power.
Yeah. I'm always disappointed by that, because like shows do that so often. They don't think that small extra second of her being like, what the frick, is worth it. But I promise it is. I promise it is.
Oh, this part.
Oh yeah.
This is actually my favorite part, which is like him just breaking it down to him. This is perfect, because I hate I hate clones, bro. And so like it's, as a villains, more so I should say. I hate like them being the enemies. Like Logan, I was upset. Don't get me wrong, great movie. I was upset that he was fighting himself in the movie, like in so many other ones. But this is a great way to do it. Two robots. It makes sense, and you don't end it with them beating each other to death. You end it, them coming to understandings. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Such
the
a
first
good way.
Pokemon movie. We're all the same. Exactly.
You got it, bro. Go back to the basics, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Your memory storage is not so easily wiped.
Mm.
May I?
And this is amazing. Nice little Age of Ultron callback.
Yo, go watch all the movies. Here you go.
And so, what do you think he did when he flew off?
No clue.
Yeah.
Oh,
That part confuses me, because like, where would he go? Everything he knows is there.
Yo, can we talk about this freaking part? Freaking Genjutsu style, bro. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's legit.
This part confuses me. Like, how did she do this though? Like, what?
Bro.
Oh, she's been able to do that. Remember, she did that on Age of Ultron to Hulk and all of them. Loki, or not Loki, freaking Thor, Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a nice Age of Ultron callback. Like, I was like, oh shoot. Like when she crept up on her like that, I was like, oh, they brought it back. That's awesome.
She been using the Tsukiyomi since the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, when she switched it up on her, I was like, I saw that coming. It's like dark magic is her specialty.
Yeah. Dang. They calling her all types of names.
Mostly Scarlet Witch.
Power isn't your problem, it's knowledge.
Facts. And so this is like exactly what the other witch had, right?
No.
Not exactly. It's a blue. The other one was a
type,
blue,
yeah.
but it's
I
like
think it was a different
yeah,
shape too and everything.
different
but I
shapes
think
and
Yeah,
they
everything.
ended up
brown,
being-
and she has like a horned like.
Right, right. But I mean, like the same kind of energy thing. I wonder what it means exactly. You know what I mean? Like, why? What does it mean for that other witch? Like, we know it means Scarlet Witch for her, but you know.
Wanda, what are you doing?
Come on, Wanda.
She's like, yummy.
It's like
She's just
Vegeta
snacking.
versus Frieza, bro.
Release your burden.
Ultimate dodgeball.
I want it all. Once cast, a spell can never be changed.
Interesting.
You made.
That doesn't mean anything though. She could literally take that down and redo it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if she wanted to.
She threw
She
glitter at
didn't,
her. You
she
saw
didn't
that?
want to.
It's like, girl, if you don't stop speaking parcel tongue.
Man, all I'm thinking is like, bro, she must have photographic memory, bro. Cause like, she saw those rooms one time. It was like, bro, I got that shit.
In a given space.
Yeah. Or maybe when she left, and she was missing for that quick second, she ran super fast back to the house, took a look at them, then came back and did the little mind trick. Now we get the full Scarlet Witch.
Amazing outfit, man. I gotta say.
Yeah.
I was curious as how it's gonna look the entire time, man. Good job.
What a look.
Right.
What a look.
You don't know what you've done.
Like, you straight up look evil.
Yeah.
And all the red just reminds me of Resident Evil.
Don't
You're
remind me of
all going to
Resident Evil. Please, let's not think about that movie.
I'll give you the role you chose. The nosy neighbor.
You're calling her cruel and you just try to like wipe her from the face of existence. Like,
And steal all her power.
yeah. Even after you promised to let her stay there. This part is terrifying.
Oh yeah, that smile is just a little too large. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Terrified right now.
It's all scary.
You live here now. No one will ever bother you.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Still love Catherine Hahn, man. She killing it out here.
Mm-mm.
Big day today. Very proud of you both.
You know.
Yeah, this part was like heartbreaking. But what kind of like the part I didn't quite like is the fact that she didn't show enough emotion for like being so attached to her kids before and then having to lose them here. And
Yeah, I
really
mean, she
just
closed
seeing,
them in a
like,
room and let the let it end.
and didn't look at them at all.
Yeah.
You think if you were so attached to your children, that you would at least be with them in their final moments. Like, it just seemed really strange.
The reason why I think they did it like this though is because like when they started to disappear the first time, it was painful. Like they were like yelling out and stuff like that. So I wonder if they just did it to like close it cleanly. Also, how big that truck is that Darcy slammed into when it reverts back. I didn't realize how huge that took some damage.
And this part is probably the saddest. Like, this is probably the saddest. The talk with her and Vision.
I read somewhere else. I want to see you.
That's a very good line.
Right.
But I think it's also powerful because I don't think that she's just telling Vision that, but she's accepting that within herself. You know what I mean? That's what she
This is
did.
the end.
That she created this vision, that she's done all this shit. Like, this is the acceptance part of her depression, you know, of her journey.
Real.
Yeah.
So long, darling.
This part.
Yeah, so she's definitely a villain now.
Yeah.
Dude, look at them, bro.
I'm like, yo, you
Look at Ross, bro. He was upset. He was angry. Never saw a frown so fierce, bro. Oh my god.
We're not friends.
Yeah, nah, I don't agree with that. Regardless, like,
Yeah, what the frick is this?
like, you should do
Monica.
good.
AKA brand new Captain America.
This is Monica aiding and abetting fugitive.
Like, my goodness, you stop telling her she's fine. She's gonna do this somewhere else. She didn't try to stop her at all either.
Nah. Say good luck.
Gave me that Spider-Man feel.
I'm not gonna cap though. Would I try to stop Monica? Or I mean, freaking Wanda? Nope. All right, that's the end of the episode, man. That was pretty good. Some final post-credit scenes that pop up after this, but how did you guys feel about the final scene leading off, where I guess she's like walking off and she talks to Monica. She has a little conversation with Monica. Deej.
Yo, I was a little salty. Like, bro, you literally kept all these people hostage and their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to be locked up, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't care what you thought you were doing. Kids were involved.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's
Not a good look, Wanda.
Yeah, not a good look.
Not a good look, Wanda.
At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's like she's like, yeah. But Tech, how you feeling about that final part?
Yeah, I thought it was just weird that Monica was kind of like giving her closure in the sense like, yeah, you know, they'll never know what you sacrificed. I'm like, bro, you'll never know what they sacrificed. How many people in the city? Bro, thousands or whatever they said. Like,
For real, yeah.
Yeah.
no, Wanda, you don't get a pass on this one. You held the whole city hostage. It's over.
Yeah.
Like,
Although, like, I do kind of, I understand what she sacrificed. Her sacrifice was tremendous. Even before this, you know, even before the events of WandaVision, she sacrificed a lot. Oh, pause.
Where's Darcy?
Something about...
Give me Woo, man. The MVP, for me at least.
yeah, I love him, man.
Bro,
He's a cool cat. Definitely a cool cat.
he's the real magic user.
For real, though. Like, comes out there, man, with that work. Got out of some handcuffs.
Yeah.
He ain't new to this, he true to this, man.
Better than Wanda, she can't even do the card trick.
He heard you've been grounded. He'd like to meet with you. Where?
Put your face back on, Jesus.
Please.
In the sky. Dun, dun, dun.
That's a scroll.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She was saying that Nick Fury is in space with the rest of the scrolls.
Yeah.
Because you find out that Nick Fury is with the scrolls at the end of, was that Spider-Man?
Yeah. So, let me say one thing about nerds and theorizing, man. Y'all be saying this stuff like it's gospel truth. She could have not been referring to Nick Fury. That could be a possibility, and it could be some other scroll we have no idea about. I'm just saying, a lot of times, and this show proves it most definitely. A lot of times people see stuff and they be like, "Oh, that obviously connects to this." Yeah. It's true, and then we be like, it happens, and we be like, "That's not. That's all.
That's not.
Oh, okay. Well, that's lame." And like, just temper expectations.
It could be something else.
It could definitely be something else. Yeah, it could be a nice boner for us. You know, just waiting.
A nice boner
situation. Yeah, I was disappointed in Ralph.
Yeah, what I'll say is, are pertaining to the end of the episode, the first end of the episode. I think that it was a nice little closure that they got, but Wanda is a bad guy. She doesn't necessarily like she is the villain of this series. She's like, even though we get that, we have a nice insight to what she's going through personally, so we're able to be like, oh, but she was dealing with this and she was dealing with that. It doesn't make her any less of a villain. And so like the fact that she had all of these people at the end like to answer to, and she was just like,
no,
bye. Crazy to me. But let's get back to this. A little piece of knowledge. Anybody who might not know, this is the start. Oh, actually, dang, I don't know if it's right here. Doctor Strange's theme is in this clip right here.
Probably alluding to the Multiverse of Madness movie, kind of.
Yeah. She's just chilling, man. She's out here enjoying herself. Boom. Okay, let's start with that. Let's pick up right with that. That's the end of the episode. So that final scene, Tech, man, how did you feel about that? Where do you think that's alluding to, if anything?
So she was astral projecting, right? Like she was just chilling.
Right.
Okay, I was just making sure like this wasn't a weird clone situation or multiple Wandas from dimensions or something like that. Yeah. But
actually, yeah, that's just an assumption too. So it could be
were those her kids' voices? It sounded like her kids' voices.
Yeah. So that was the same. Help. That was the same little audio from that.
You said it's the same audio from that.
It sounded like the same audio from when Agatha was like.
So when I saw that, I was like, it sounds like she hears her kids from another dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're gonna get into the Doctor Strange stuff. Like she's gonna try to like, oh, my kids are alive somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's go get them. And since she's got the Darkhold or whatever, it's gonna be all bad. She might even be the villain for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's a lot of potential in there for that.
Because this book, I have a feeling it's gonna lead some dark stuff on.
Yeah, it's definitely leading dark places. Deej, how you feel about that last scene, man?
I kind of agree with Tech. It's just I feel like the Darkhold is what's gonna push the Multiverse of Madness. I'm almost like 80% sure she's gonna try to go for her kids.
I think that'll be what's spearheading all of this. Like that last scene, that's what spearheaded that. Yeah.
I think she might get rid of all mutants. No, I'm joking. Or maybe wake up some. Marvel.
Get rid of all Avengers,
please.
Give us some. But yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I think that she's just gonna try to get her kids, basically. Like she can't let them go. Doesn't seem like she's really accepted It really doesn't. It doesn't seem like she's remorseful of like what she's done. Like judging just purely based off the final scenes. Like at the moment the crap was over, he just like kind of
she didn't feel bad.
Yeah, she didn't
like,
talk to anybody. She
nobody.
didn't turn herself in. She didn't do any of that. And so I find all that a little sus. But yeah, that being said, man, let's talk about a couple of scenes, man, that really stuck out to me in this final episode. Then I have a few questions I want to go through with you guys about the series overall. Then we can end with our final theories and where we think the MCU is going after this. I feel like at the beginning of the episode started off real promising, you know, picked up right where we left off in the last episode. But after the beginning of this episode, kind of like a little bit after Vision popped up, I kind of realized like wasn't at all what I was expecting it to be, and that was disappointing. But I thought not the most disappointing part of it. I think like part of it was like our fault for just speculating so hard on WandaVision. You know, some of these expectations, like the people are mad that didn't get revealed, I don't quite understand. But then there's other things within the episode that you know, I just don't quite understand why they would do what is the both Mephisto, or not Mephisto, but Ralph and Quicksilver. They played both of them at the same time. So yeah, I just wanted to get your guys' opinions on that and where you guys kind of stand on that. Started with Deej, man.
So you're saying that how they played Ralph as Quicksilver, but
yeah. So I just wanted to get your opinions on like both, like because Ralph was a big thing that everybody was worried about within the series. But not only was Ralph a big thing, but Pietro was also a separate big thing. You know, and they kind of blended the two and just made it a boner joke.
I'm for real gutted, like, with the whole situation of both. Like, not only did we not get, you know, any Mephisto or like Nightmare or anything like that, like we also didn't get mutants, which I know they know.
Yeah.
That's what people want.
Right.
So it's just like really I mean, it's a little frustrating.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, definitely frustrating, man. I don't quite understand why they went that route, man. Tech, how you feeling about it?
Yeah, I was just confused all around. Like, I really thought they were gonna go that way, or even like just him. It doesn't have to be all mutants. Like, just she took her brother from another. Like, I don't know. It was just weird. And we still like. I have a theory that he's the person that was undercover or whatever. The agent or whatever they were looking.
Still some unanswered questions. There's still some unanswered questions that they asked on episode 4, which are like, you know, who's the missing persons and what would the hexagons be?
Yeah, and where's the beekeeper?
There's certain things that are being presented to us, like pay attention to this, and then it's like, oh no, it's nothing. Stop. I don't know why you would pay attention to that. Boner. Like, I'm just upset. I'm so upset, bro. But at the same time, I did enjoy certain parts of the episode, so I did want to get a little into some of your favorite parts of episode 9 specifically. Mine was, of course, Vision versus White Vision. That conversation that they had, you know, right after the battle, was just a nice way of breaking down what was happening. And I think a lot of the people that didn't quite understand, just based off of some streamers that I watch, they were able to grasp at what was happening between the two visions at that point. Like, oh, okay, I understand now. Like, this one is from the past, and this one has been made by Wanda. So I thought that was pretty good. Tech, how are you feeling about? What was your favorite part, man?
Yeah, from this episode, it was definitely the fight between the visions. Just the analogy they use, talking about like if you replace all the boards from the ship, is it still the ship? Yeah. And like how they broke that down was just so nice. Like it really felt like the character was arguing with himself, like because he was basically. But it like when it combined at the very end, it was just like, wow, that was just fantastic. They did such a great job. Yeah. The second part though, man, Darcy hitting Hayward with that truck every time. I'm like, yes. Got honorable mention, gotta mention it.
Yeah, definitely. Deej.
I think my favorite part was either the ending where they're both talking and she finally explains to him what he is.
Yeah.
And we knew that it was like I kind of knew that it was the Mind Stone that was giving him the power, just based on the fact that golden energy was coming out of her. When, he was formed. But just to hear her say it was like, that's good.
That's what we call a confirmation. Yeah, I liked hearing it too.
But I also like the fight with Agatha and Wanda at the end with the runes.
That reveal.
I just thought that was a cool little way that she ended the fight. Yeah. Even though I feel I had a little gripe about just how short the fight was between Agatha and Wanda.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to touch on that fight actually because like I didn't like it because I thought that especially like at the time we're at now, I just feel like we've seen great magical battles between wizards and witches or whatever. Especially given Harry Potter, man. Like let's talk about the Order of the Phoenix fight between Voldemort and Dumbledore. I understand that she's not experienced and Agatha wasn't fighting back, but I just expected a little more spectacle than a few magical balls just kind of flying at Agatha the entire time. So
which is pretty much her default at this point.
Yeah. But even so, like she can do like this thing where she like can stop things and like move them around, like telepathically or whatever. I don't understand, but she's not
transform things into other things and
I just don't. They didn't do a lot in that battle, so I was a little disappointed. But yeah, moving on from the final episode, let's talk about the show overall, man. I feel like the show is a freaking 10 out of 10. And honestly, I probably wouldn't have an issue with the final episode if this was all released at once. Because it would have just kind of blended in with the 8th episode, and I would have just been like, God, this was so epic. But, how'd you guys feel about the series overall?
I liked it. I think it was a creative way to get off the information they needed to do for the next phase. And I feel like they're going to try to use this in the future to kind of mold where they're heading. Because like they did such a good job and like a lot of people watched it, you know what I'm saying? It was like one of the most watched shows right now and stuff like that. So I think they're going to use this device to try to push more story in the future. And that's why they kind of like when they showed the Darkhold and stuff like that, I think they did that to kind of push Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. out of the way so they could work on future small series to put like canon information in.
Yeah, facts. I think they did a really good job. I definitely agree with everything you said. Deej.
I'd probably give it like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Just because, and only because the ending was just so far off from like what I was expecting. I feel like it could have ended a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. I can, I think we all agree on that.
Yeah. I feel like they did a great job with it. For the most part. Just keeping people on their toes
Right.
pretty much throughout the whole thing. And I'm just excited to see like how this is gonna push other movies and shows forward.
Big facts, 'cause I think it
through
will.
this new phase.
I think it will. The next one is Falcon and Winter Soldier. Man, I'm super excited about that. I think that this series like showed us a lot. There were so many good parts of this episode, or I mean, of this series. Like, so much happened, and you're right. So much was revealed about the MCU. Going forward, like this is so much. It's basically like a 6-hour movie, man. And I had a really good time watching it. But if you had to choose, what would be your favorite episode? Starting with Tech.
Probably, I think it was either 7 or 8 when we did the flashbacks. I think it was 8, right? Where the flashback, because it explains so much, not just in the show, but like in the MCU in general. Like, it gave a backstory and a bunch of things that we had unanswered or unseen, like the Stark bomb and stuff like that. Like, it just gave us a bigger look into what we've already seen. And it also shows that they can push so much more information. Like, yeah, you guys didn't know, but all this happened. Like, there's just room for growth everywhere, and it shows that they have the talent and the resources to do it.
Right. Who expected the reverse blip? Am I right?
Oh yeah, not in this show.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a movie. That's a blockbuster movie thing, and they just so nonchalantly and perfectly too, like seamlessly.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like we didn't have any problems with it. They just did it so well. I feel like we'll see excuse me, a lot more of those like little blip things in everything else. Like, they're like, oh yeah, this is where they were. Like, it's so good, man.
That was really good.
Great job.
Deej, what's your favorite episode, man?
Either the 5th episode, I think, when you first find out that her brother comes back.
Yeah, that's it.
But also you see the kids manifest their powers, which I thought was like super dope. Well, and like I got so excited off of it.
Manifest their powers on the 6th episode. Or during the Halloween Spooktacular.
Yeah. So I guess I'm more it would be the 6th episode, because that's when you get to like actually see him interact with Wanda and the kids, and then you get to see their powers manifested.
Yeah. I really loved Evan Peters in this series. Like, just him interacting with everybody was really fun. Like, the way that they did that, man. Yeah, I can definitely agree. I think my favorite episode would have to be episode 5, man, the one right before Halloween Spectacular, where they do reveal Evan Peters, where everybody goes freaking wild, the internet explodes, all that good stuff went off, and then on top of that, we get the perspective of what's happening over at S.W.O.R.D, sorry. And just getting all of those revelations, trying to actually finding out that they're watching the show too, finding out about like Wanda seeing that dead vision. That was so jaunting. That was the first time that we had saw something like that, and we're like, oh, that's what made us think that, oh, she is dragging around the corpse, you know what I mean? And so all these theories are going wild, and had to be my favorite part, because I love when the theories are like crazy through the roof, man. Where do we think the MCU is headed? We know that Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the next, but more importantly, where do we think Wanda and Vision are headed in the MCU? Vision could be dead. There could be potential for that, because the conversation was about he needs to destroy Vision. At the very end of the conversation, he says, "I am Vision," and flies off. So he could have went to like destroy himself. I highly doubt that happened. But where do we think it's all headed? Let's start with Deej.
I think Vision is gonna end up in the Multiverse of Madness as if Wanda's gonna show up in that, then he might be like essential to like stopping her from doing something terrible, which probably is something terrible's bound to happen.
Yeah,
but maybe he'll like stop it before it gets too far. I definitely, based on the music that we heard, I'm pretty sure that Wanda's gonna be like a essential role for the Multiverse of Madness. But I'm still wondering if her dabbling in multiversal like things is gonna have something to do with Spider-Man as well, or if it's gonna be its own situation.
Spider-Man No Way Home is in some way related to what WandaVision's doing. I could see that. Tech, where you thinking it's going, man?
I think that we won't see Wanda again until the Multiverse of Madness, like the Doctor Strange movie for sure. But Vision, I honestly think we might see him in this Winter Soldier thing that's coming up, or the Captain America and the
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I think we'll see him in that for some reason.
I want to.
Like they'll try to find him or something like that, or that'll be part of their mission. Because like I'm kind of confused on what their whole deal is and what they're really going to be doing in the first place with that.
Yeah.
Especially after WandaVision. Like it's so weird.
The thing is, we have no idea when this takes place. This could take place like a little before things started going crazy on WandaVision. You know what I mean? Or it could be after. You know what I mean? We have no idea.
Or at the same time,
we have no idea
are we
why
hear about it?
Nobody referenced it in Far From Home. You know what I mean? That happened like right after the summer, right after WandaVision. I honestly think all of my theories are rock solid. I think they're still true. But I think we're going to get those reveals later throughout the series. Because I think, like I'd said this earlier in a past episode, but Mutants, huge reveal. That's not a WandaVision reveal. Even though like it was looking a lot like they were going to do it. When I was thinking about it, I was like, the reveal would have made a lot more sense if WandaVision had stuck to its original schedule. And it was, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, right after WandaVision's over, like the month after. You know what I mean? But that's not how it happened anymore. Now it's a year after WandaVision's done. So it makes a lot more sense for them to cut, for them to have to cut a lot of content. It seemed like there was more to be said after that necklace was removed from Pietro. And that's why I'm like, and I heard some leaks.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and it just, everything happened the way that they said it was going to happen, but it just didn't. The ending didn't happen. And so like, that's very like curious to me, and like that stands out. And I think that they could easily just be like, this is being released a little earlier, so we don't want this reveal. Cut that at the end. We can reveal it some different way later. And so I still think mutants are going to pop up. I still think Pietro is integral to that. Not only that, but the director of this show has been talking about how like Kevin Feige said he wouldn't allow her to put Pietro in the show unless he was playing a very important role and it all made sense. This does not make sense for him to be cast, for Evan Peters to be cast. You know, from that, we all know, they all, like, Disney lives off algorithms, bro. Like, there's no way they did not know that the internet would explode when they cast Evan Peters as Pietro. And then, so I don't think that was pointless. I just think that this is like a kind of bait and switch, along with, and I think they're going to continue this kind of bait and switch thing until they have the big reveal that the multiverse is burst open and they need to fix it. And like,
yeah,
the same thing with J. Jonah Jameson. A lot of people are like poo-pooing that, but I think that was the first reveal to the multiverse being burst open, is the fact that he was in there, and now like it's going to lead to like a lot more. So I think all of that crap is still coming. That's super exciting. But for Wanda, I actually think that even after Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I think she's still going to be a villain. I don't think that he's going to be able to stop her. And I think that we do get a Scarlet Witch movie at some point. It's going to be called The Scarlet Witch, and it's going to be like, that's going to be where Wanda is like House of M level stuff happening, like not just in a small town, but all over the place. You know what I mean? All over the freaking world, basically. And then I also think that we get now this is like, I like going far with my theories, so but I think we get the Vision television series. That's going to be the next television kind of series that we get. It's going to be Paul Bettany and his cybernetic synthezoid family kind of like living together and doing their thing, kind of like how they did in the comics, in the Vision comic. I think that's going to be super interesting. I just think that Paul Bettany can carry his own show, and I think they want to give him that and allow him to, because he's an OG. He was there alongside, Robert Downey Jr., doing the thing with Iron Man 1. So, like, I don't think that they just, all right, you're going to be gone for a long time, like, they're going to hook him up, I think. And so, I think that makes a lot of sense for the character, for the growth that the White Vision needs, you know what I mean? Or they can go more of a route, which is more of the route that I'm hoping for, that they go, more like he just shows up in a lot of other series. So like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, different things like that. That might be like related to S.W.O.R.D or something else where that will make sense for him to show up in. I think that's the kind of growth that we get from those characters, man. I'm really excited to see what comes next.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Any final thoughts for the series, man?
They did a great job, and keep doing more like this. We have stuff to review because this was great.
Big facts. So, Deej, yeah.
This was absolutely amazing. Just the level of you can just tell that they put a lot into this. And because it's almost a movie level, show.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
it is definitely a movie level show.
Super excited to see Falcon and the Winter Soldier, just because it seems even more action packed.
Yeah,
which is like the part that I know I love.
yeah.
So
the blockbuster spectacle of it all, man. It's gonna be really exciting to see. What I'll say is I'm super excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier. I won't say I'm as excited, or as I was when WandaVision was about to hit, and I think it was just because it was the first Phase 4 thing. But I just I'm curious because there's not much that we know about Falcon and Winter Soldier at all, and that's super exciting to me. You know what I mean? Like, all we know is that it's Falcon taking over the mantle. Winter Soldier's in it. Baron Zemo's in it. Sharon Carter. That's it.
It seems like they're gonna be like fighting over the mantle.
Yeah.
To me, like, who's gonna be taking it?
But the part that has me curious is, my thinking is like, we're about to get this multiverse stuff all throughout these series, and I'm curious to know if we get little multiverse hints in this series. like, because it doesn't. We're like, nobody's expecting it. Nobody's really like talking about that. But it would be really good to like just add something weird in there and not say anything about it. You know what I mean? Like maybe like Sharon Carter is not really Sharon Carter. She acts very different, but it's never revealed why she acts different. You know what I mean? It's just like she's just there acting different, and we're like,
yeah,
okay. I'm really looking forward to something like that, man.
It's funny because I'm hearing rumors that she is going to be acting really different.
Yeah,
but I think it's more because she stayed behind when a lot of people got blipped.
Right. Before we close out, man, let's give some credit to the homies that we've been watching for the past 9 weeks as we watch these crazy episodes, man. I'll start. I was watching a lot of Comics Explained. You know, my homie Rob, he also has Pop Culture Explained that I watch on the fly because he explains WandaVision a little bit on both. He explains kind of like how it's related to the comics in Comics Explained, and then just kind of his theories on where the show's headed on Pop Culture Explained. I also watch the Den of Nerds. Big hype level to them, man. They kind of go crazy with the theories, but they get really off into like all the leaks. So I don't watch them too often, you know, because like I don't want leaked details. I just want to know like theories. That's what it is. And then of course, last person I'll shout out is New Rockstars, man. Eric Voss and his team, man. They be doing their thing out there, coming up with the craziest of theories. And I think that's probably why I got so hyped up on all of these crazy theories that were coming out about Mephisto and everything like that. Still hoping to see something related to them in the future. But Deej, who's some people that you've been watching?
So I've been watching Comic Historian just for like comic book information. Not that I don't already have a lot of that information, but to keep it fresh and on my mind, you know, I like to hit up Comic Historian. And then also New Rockstars, you know, had to hit them up on that, or him up on that. And sometimes he has guest people on, and they'll have conversations about each episode and theories and stuff like that, just to keep it on my mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Comic Historian, and I just started watching Screen Crush, I think it's called.
Screen Crush, yeah.
And they were good, but yeah, Comic Historian for like kind of like the backstory of what they can possibly be, and then Screen Crush for theories of what is going on now.
Yeah.
Because I'm lost most of the time. Like, what could possibly be next?
Big facts, man. It's like it's so much, and there's so many connected tissue within the MCU specifically, because it's like calling back to comics and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And can't help but watch some of these people, man. They're so good. So make sure you check them out. They'll be linked below. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, man. Happy gaming.
Just move to town.